What's up, guys? This is Miasin. So this is going to be another replay of Tearlaments against Spright, so let's get right into it. Who's going to win the dice roll? It's going to be Tearlaments, man. Deck is absolutely disgusting when going first or going second, man. It's inherently just good. What can I say? So very spicy tech, Supreme Sea Mirror, that's basically a Foolish Burial. When it's normal or special, you can Foolish for an Aqua Monster from your deck to the grave. And all three, well, actually, 3 out of the 4 Tearlaments monsters, so basically the 3 dark ones that trigger to fuse, they're all Aquas. The only non-Aqua is Heart, which is a warrior, and it's not really the best card to send anyways. So Shaylin is going to be trying to use its effect, but it is met with an Ash, which I 1,000,000,000% disagree with. I don't think there's any logic to ashing Shaylin, but whatever. So normal summon the Sea Mare, fuse, well, send the Huffiness and then fuse using it as well as the Meru from the hand. I don't understand why people do this, man. I would always use the monster on the field, unless you're trying to make like Bahamut Shark and Toad or Dweller or Baguska, but even for Redoer, it's not even worth it because you can't even summon the Shaylin now, unless you're trying to send yourself, but it's not even a great move anyway. So send the Heart and then revive it back, send the Shaylin from the hand and Foolish for the Meru from the deck. So now you can double fuse if you want to, but that would be very neggy. So he's not going to be doing that, going to be making the Kaleido Heart, which is very, very counterintuitive because you're kind of going neck fight. Well, to be fair, that is kind of an interruption on your opponent's turn. The one issue is that he didn't get to surge the meta noise when he tried to go for that play. So he's going to have like a very weak board for the opponent's turn. So I actually think this is dreadful. Absolute dog shit. He only has Imperm and DD Crow because these 3 monsters do not hurt the opponent whatsoever. Alright, well, technically, you could have the Huffiness that could actually get you a little bit of luck, but nah. Anyway, Swap Frog going to be using its effects, which allows you to use the effect of Huffiness. Gonna be mailing the absolute crack. What the hell? Wow, double fusion monsters must be freaking nice. So now you can make Dragos Tapelia and probably another Kid Kalos so that you can search again. And of course, Kid Kalos can search another monster or send another monster so that you can technically make Dragos Tapelia. So in other words, on your opponent's turn, even though you only have 2 Tearlaments monsters, you can kind of skip the part where you make Kid Kalos because it's kind of obvious that you're going to do it in order to go for the Dragos Tapelia. So that's a fast forward. It's not a cheat. Just to make a few things clear. Yeah, so anyways, now going to be banishing the Swafrock for Ronan Toden, which is going to get hit by DD Crow. Normal summon Deep Sea Diva, Dragos Tapelia negate. It is now level 1, so you can't even attempt to summon your Spright monsters, and that is the reason why Scoop City has been entered. Game 2 now is going to be going, well, Spright is going to be going first, so things might be drastically different. Opening hand, Spright Blue, Cross Out, Deep Sea Diva, Effect Veiler, and Plague Spreader Zombie. Alright, so that's actually a really interesting one. Would you play Plague Spreader Zombie in your deck? I just feel like I wouldn't do that because it's always a neg 1 when you're trying to use its Grave effect. And I do understand that it's actually a really nice card to summon off of Needle Fiber. I guess you could theoretically make Herald of Arclight so that you can play through even more hand traps. And while you have Herald of Arclight, you obviously can never get Veilered. But at the same time, you also cannot send with Swap Frog. And if you're not using Plague Spreader Zombie as an actual tuner and just like as an extender, it's very neggy. It's just, losing 1 card in this kind of deck makes no sense. Obviously, if you're placing back 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck or on the top of your deck when you're playing a deck like Brave Token something, then it's fine because you're just placing back the equip spell that you're searching next turn. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't waste my time with Plague Spreader Zombie. When you draw it, you're gonna be very mad. It's probably even worse than Yamatako Orochi at this point. But yeah, it must be nice drawing Deep Sea Diva with the Extender and the Protector from hand shops. So that's basically all you really need to draw if you want to win YCSs. Just be good, man. Draw your 1-card starter, your Extender, your Call by the Grave, and or your Cross Out. And it's funny because Gamma is that kind of card where you can argue that you don't even want to play it, but if you have Cross Out, then you're forced to play every single hand trap. So you have to play like freaking 15 hand traps, and if you don't draw Cross Out, you're gonna be screwed. But in this situation, yeah, the Cross Out for Gamma must be freaking nice, so that everything can go almost uninterrupted, but not really. So he's summoning the Spright Blue, trying to use its effect, the Huffiness triggers, and he actually did mail the Tearlaments, which means that he can go into Kid Kalos, and again into Dragos Tapelia. Or in theory, you could also get a way to get the Heart in the grave and then use its effect to send something and then make the Kaleido Heart in order to shuffle back a card on the field into the deck. However, when your opponent has freaking 10 billion monsters on the field and in the hand, I really don't believe that a single negate or a shuffle back could actually change jack shit. So Dragos Tapelia really isn't going to be changing anything at all. And it's actually really funny how it didn't really do anything against the Spright Jet because it would be searching the starter so that you can summon red and negate Dragos Tapelia anyways. So you might as well just negate the Jet that is trying to get to a monster that could be an interruption next turn and let the Gigantic Spright resolve because there's nothing you can do about it. So this deck is just inherently so good through hand traps because of Spright Red. You can almost argue that Spright Red and Spright Carrot, if they're banned, the deck becomes objectively way freaking worse. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think, if anything, the only cards that might actually get banned would either be Gigantic Spright, just like Mirage Talio, MX Saber, Invoker, and the wind-up Arso... Carriers and Mighty? I forgot the name, the rank 3 monster, whatever. All those monsters that summon, like, always rank 3 or rank 2 or rank 4, whatever, Xyz monsters that detach to summon a monster from the deck, they're always broken, man. So yeah, maybe this card could get banned, we never know, and maybe Swafrog, maybe it could actually get a preemptive hit, but anyways, so that's going to be a full combo through Dragos Tapelia, and a Gamma that did absolutely nothing. And notice how the Plague Spreader Zombie is just sitting there in the hand doing absolutely freaking nothing. So yeah, don't play this card, man. Again, I'm literally begging you, it's dog shit. It does nothing of, like, significant value. I guess you can make Appaloosa with it. Ooh, am I so good, man? Yeah, again, might as well just play Jet Synchron or something. It discards a card, could be a little better. Actually, not really, it makes no sense because then you can't normal summon Jet Synchron. Whatever, you get the point. Anyways, we're gonna make the Toad, which is going to be forcing out the Dragos Tapelia negate, and Toad is just going to negate and steal the Dragos Tapelia. Now, there's no more interruptions outside of Effect Veiler, and I don't know if there's anything, so that end board, shockingly enough, was actually kind of weak. And the Spright Elf, even though it could negate the Toad, if you can start making interruptions before you, well, if you can start applying pressure, rather, before you start summoning your monsters, you're not gonna have to be too afraid of that. And the field spell just happens to be a card that could potentially pop cards on the field, excluding Toad, obviously, because it can be targeted. So that kind of sucks, but at least he did mill a Tearlaments monster. No, yeah, he did, with a Shaylin. Yeah, no, it wasn't with the effect of Reno Heart, because that's trying to get hit by Veiler. Yeah, so not gonna be resolving too much here. And yeah, you never really want to go Toad negate. Well, actually, Toad negate one of the Tearlaments monsters could be good because you're stealing the card, so it can't trigger its graveyard effect. But like Cyber Dragon Infinity negate a Tearlaments monster is dog shit. Yeah, watch out, not every negate is good. Like, Baron is actually really bad against, like, normal summon Reno Heart. Your opponent can still play through that. Anyways, Redoer, detach the Shaylin, very specifically, don't mess up. And that's going to allow him to fuse, and he can make the Kit Kalos if he didn't go for it yet, but he's actually going to be making the Kaleido Heart. Shaylin 1, shuffle back the Dragos Tapelia, maybe, and then Shaylin 2, send itself to the graveyard, because you can actually revive back and then foolish your deck for a Tearlaments monster. That's actually really cool because now you can make Mudragon of the Swamp, which achieves absolutely nothing, but it's still cute. And yeah, the Redoer returns back if he gets a spell or trap. That's going to be really freaking nice. Emergency teleport and standby, and then Redoer can use its effect. He does get a spell, and on top of that, it's a card that you'd rather want to search, so that's actually insane. So now he can no longer search for the Smashers, and he can draw one card with Redoer, and he draws DD You're so good at this game, man. Oh, let's freaking go. And so he's actually playing Emergency Teleport with the Punk Engine, as well as Gamma. Very interesting deck. I really do like the Punk cards in this deck, and that's probably the reason why Plague Spreader Zombie was there. But again, you're playing so many bad cards in order to make this engine function. I'm not really sure if that's really worth it. Anyways, this is gonna get hit by a Plague Spreader Zombie, well, sorry, Book of Moon, so you can't really make a level 8 or something. Although the Plague Spreader Zombie could actually attempt to revive itself back. We don't know, is it really gonna work? Actually, yeah, so he's going to be using the effect of Kaleido Heart to shuffle back the Deer Node into the deck, because an Aqua was sent to the grave by a card effect, and all he really has is Plague Spreader Zombie in the grave, which can't use his effect anymore because he normal summoned the Diva. He has Ronin Totem, which doesn't do jack shit, and the Diva is going to be negated anyways, so yeah, that's not going to be achieving anything, and the Ronin Totem gets DD Crowed for the W. So that's it, that's all. Tearlaments is really freaking crazy. This match wasn't like perfectly on point with like top tier level of execution, but still going to be trying to provide you guys with more replays in the future because we can always try to learn off of people playing the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.